tell the story, but it's not quite true, but I tell it as a joke. I say that in Alabama, everybody was cheating, and they would hold out cards. So we ended up with not enough cards to deal Hold'em. So I said, okay, look, we're just going to give everybody 2 extra cards. Don't put them in your lap. But at the end, you can only use 2, like Hold'em. And that's how we started. So now we had enough cards to deal because everybody was cheating. Everybody would hold out a card, wouldn't have enough to deal. That's not really the story. I played versions of Omaha, Greek Hold'em, and Memphis, and different areas. With a game in Georgia called Spit in the Ocean. There's just a lot of crazy games that people play in their homes, what have you, for money. And I was in Las Vegas in about 1982, and I met a girl from Washington. Her name was Gwen, and she liked to play a game similar. It was a 4-card game. You can only play 2. And so I got Mr. Boyd, who was the manager of the Golden Nugget. I said, Mr. Boyd, would you mind if we play a new game? It's a 4-card Hold'em game. You can only use 2. So he said, let me call the gaming control board, and I'll have them come down and look at the game and see if it's approved. They will approve it. Back then, it was kind of a very friendly atmosphere in Vegas in those days. So they came down, they sat behind Glenn and I and watched the game. They said, we don't see any problem with the game. And we started playing at 5 and 10, and before long it ended up being a pot limit game. And the World Series started about 2 days later, and the game lasted 30 days and never broke up. Went around the clock. Bill Boyd liked it so much, he changed the name. He made the name of the game Nugget Hold'em, and he put a 2-4 game in after the World Series. And that game lasted actually till Poker Station has it now, but it went when they closed the poker room down at the Nugget, they moved it over to the Horseshoe. It was a 4-card high game, and then about 1984, I would say 1983, we had it at the Stardust Hotel and the Stairway to the Stars poker tournament, they called it. Played it no limit. It became very popular, and then they put it in the Golden Nugget, and probably the best poker tournament I think ever was Steve Wynn had a poker tournament called the Grand Prix of Poker. And it lasted from about 1983, 4, 5, something like it. Like 3 years. But it was actually better than Binion's, the Horseshoe across the street. He tried to do one up on down. He tried to top them. He had fashion shows for the women. His food was just as good. He put the poker room right in the middle of the Golden Nugget. Just moved out slot machines, and he gave away boats and cars. Really made a first-class event. I was lucky enough to win the first 2 Omaha championships there, by the way.